evening. I'm Cynthia Izaguirre.
I'm Jason Wheeler in for John McKay tonight. A suspension but no firing. The officer who arrested a mother and two others after they called for help will keep his job and go back out on the streets again after his suspension is done. News 8's Todd Unger joins us live tonight. And Todd, the police chief is calling this suspension a significant punishment, but the family involved isn't convinced.
Yeah, not convinced would be the understatement perhaps of this whole past 2 to 3 weeks dealing with this ordeal. They remain outraged, and although a rally tonight was not huge, they're hopeful their message gets out.
Say that for me, not this time. Not this time. Not this time.
They numbered about 30, but they say they speak on behalf of one community, a group embracing the woman in pink.
We have to hug Miss Craig,
who's too drained to speak herself.
We draw a line in the sand right now. We're done with colored people's justice. It ends in Fort Worth today.
The rally this evening outside of City Hall came just hours after the group says they were let down by City Hall.
We are on live. Don't grab her.
Officer Martin, seen here arresting women from the Craig family during a scuffle broadcast live on Facebook, will start a 10-day suspension without pay Tuesday, but he still has a job. Martin was responding to a call from Craig and also from a white neighbor just before Christmas in South Fort Worth. Craig claims that neighbor put her hands on her son after he littered.
Officer Martin was contrite. He's ready to get back to work.
Chief Joel Fitzgerald, the city's first black chief, continues to say the video seen some 3 million plus times is isolated. In a detailed disciplinary letter, the chief cited excessive force and being disrespectful as reasons Martin is suspended. He's appealing the decision.
And I'm here to tell you that as long as they're willing to fight, I'm ready to fight.
Go ahead.
I can't help it.
The Craig family and a small but vocal group of advocates say their struggle is far from over. And if you think they're going to get quieter,
No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
they actually plan to only get louder in the coming weeks.
Now, Martin is expected to return to patrol service in that exact same area, South Fort Worth, where this incident happened. The chief saying today that is intentional, part of an effort, hopefully, to repair any relationships that may have been frayed there. By the way, the DA's office is now reviewing all of the evidence on both sides of this case, and they will present that to a grand jury for possible charges. Reporting live tonight, Todd Unger, Channel 8 News.
The investigation.
Fort Worth police suspend officer in controversial arrest video, CNN. A Fort Worth officer seen in a Facebook video arresting a woman who called police after a neighbor allegedly assaulted her young son has been suspended without pay for 10 days, authorities said Monday. Officer William A. Martin's suspension came after an internal affairs investigation into the December 21 incident, which also resulted in the woman's 2 teenage daughters being taken into custody. The cell phone video, which was posted to Facebook that evening, sparked outrage and allegations of racism. Martin is white and the woman, Jacqueline Craig, and her daughters are black. Fort Worth Police Chief Joel Fitzgerald acknowledged some officers make mistakes and deserve to be fired, but he doesn't believe that's the case for Martin. Officer Martin was contrite. He's ready to get back to work. He is very sorry for what has transpired, Fitzgerald said. Fitzgerald said the investigation showed there were violations. Neglect of duty would be one violation, discourtesy. We felt like there was some inappropriate contact that he had with 2 of the females, according to CNN affiliate KTVT. Martin had previously been placed on restricted duty on December 22 after the video surfaced. His name was not publicly released before. The video, shot in a residential neighborhood, begins with Martin, who is in uniform, talking to a man standing on the sidewalk. Martin then approaches a woman, identified as Craig, who tells the officer her young son complained that a man, the neighbor, had grabbed and choked the youngster. The man said the boy had littered. Craig said, "Why don't you teach your son not to litter?" The video shows Martin asking Craig, "He can't prove to me that my son littered," Craig replies. "But it doesn't matter if he did or didn't, it doesn't give him the right to put his hands on him." "Why not?" the officer replies. The video then shows the argument escalating. Martin wrestles Craig and her younger daughter to the pavement, handcuffs them and puts them in a patrol car. He also pulls out a stun gun, though it's unclear whether Martin uses it. The clip ends with an apparent scuffle between Martin and the shooter of the video after he moves in to arrest her as well. Craig's older daughter, Bree Haymans, shot the video, according to Jasmine Crockett, a lawyer for the family. It was uploaded to social media by a relative. Crockett acknowledged the family had a longer video of the incident but said they wouldn't release it at this time. The man Craig accused of assaulting her son was not arrested, though police said they have taken a report and were investigating. Craig, 46, and Haymans, 19, were charged with resisting arrest, search or transport and interfering with public duties, Crockett said. They were quickly released. Crockett said that Craig's 15-year-old daughter was also taken into custody and released to an older sister. Fort Worth police were heavily criticized for the way the call was handled. Officials on Monday emphasized the department's focus is on regaining the trust of the Fort Worth community. Fitzgerald said he hopes to speak to Craig as part of that process. The chief said that after serving his suspension, Martin will return to the neighborhood he previously patrolled to re-establish a relationship with the community. The CNN Wire, by Jayton Garcia and Darren Simon, trademark & copyright 2017 Cable News Network, Incorporated, a Time Warner Company. All rights reserved.